What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of No Client Agent Privilege, aka No Cap Podcast. Your boy Evan, your boy Will on the other side, and we are back in for another basketball-filled episode today. With between all the big trades and all the draft talk we have going, it's round 2 tonight, so we're going to be interested to see how some of these teams, some movements, some trade picks, team picks, swaps here and there. Well, it'll be interesting to see how tonight goes, but. Let's just start with round 1 tonight, or round one from last night. And I mean, what are your thoughts on it so far? I mean, I feel like we talked about it a little bit with regards to just the draft in general being so deep. Where do you view some of these teams' decisions? Do you believe that they made some anything super crazy out of the ordinary, or do you think it's kind of been like status quo? Down the line, kind of saw that guy, could have been that guy, but went a little higher, let nobody jump out at you?
Jump out, not necessarily. I spoke about the Mikel Brown situation going over Darius Acuff Jr.
Yeah.
I don't understand what direction the Brooklyn Nets are going right now as an organization. So we'll just have to wait and see how that pans out. But the Kings are also, I guess, another one of those teams where they're struggling right now, and there's talks of them just releasing DeMar DeRozan if they can't find a suitor to trade for him.
Yep.
So that's interesting. Other than that, obviously the conversation between who was going to go first, I think the Wizards took the right player with AJ Dibansa. I don't know if he is going to be as prolific as he's being said to be. Right. But I'm also not too high on Darren Peterson either. So it doesn't really matter. I think AJ fits their team better with the direction that they're going in. If they keep Trae Young and they keep Anthony Davis, then the Wizards might really be there, playing at least this season, I think would be the ceiling. And the ceiling, yeah, we'll go there. They could break through that ceiling, but we'll see. So
yeah, I mean, so for 1 and 2, I mean, I just find it a little awkward now from a career start-off standpoint for Peterson that you didn't work out for that team. They had to come visit you, and not to say it was disrespectful to Utah, but it's like you weren't 100% sure that you were going number 1. Not quite sure why you wouldn't give the respect to the next number 2. It's not like a 1 or 2. It just, for me, on the agent side, I mean, I guess if my client's telling me, if Peterson is my client and he's telling me, hey, look, I only want to work out for number 1. I believe I should go number 1. I guess I have to listen to my client and say, okay. But I just look at it from why not? Like, why not work out for them? Why not just go there and interview? Why not go meet the owner? Why, a couple little things, like not necessarily, I know. So I was told that they came out and talked to him. Utah did, which is fine. And I understand that, but I don't know. I mean, for me, I just look at it and I'm like, you could have gone, like, there's no reason not to have gone out to Utah and see where you're possibly going to live the next 4 years, or see what the facility is like, what the team is like, just the facility in and of itself, take the trip out there. I don't know. I just found it strange. And I think you kind of said it as well. Like, maybe not to say I'm not calling you average, but the average college basketball fan probably doesn't know much about Peterson because he really didn't play that much this year. He had some good spurts, but if you didn't know him coming out of high school, you probably never really heard of him, because this year for Kansas, he didn't really play that much. So it's kind of one of those things where we all knew about AJ because he was prolific out of high school, and he was prolific at BYU. So it's like, that's why we kind of knew he was probably number 1. Same with Boozer. We knew he was going to go top 5. We just didn't know if it was going to be 2, 3, or 4.
Right.
It was one of those, but we knew because he played so well at Duke, and because he's a 4-time state champion from high school. All-American, blah, 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 all those accolades that go along with being a top pick like that. And then seeing it produced in college, we knew how high he would go. Whereas those that only watch Kansas, or let's just say only watch Big 12 basketball, they probably have a better understanding of Peterson and what he did this year.
Right.
So yeah, so again, for the draft surprises, I think that's just more of my surprise in generally speaking. Not that he got selected second, but that he only went to number one to work out to talk to them. I guess that's my biggest surprise of hearing everything about the draft night stories and stuff like that.
Right. Other than that, I feel like from the first round, I'll start at the bottom and go up. Alex Caravan.
Yeah.
It sounds like or seems like the Cavs might be getting ready to ship off either Mobley or Jared Allen. Maybe we'll see.
They'll probably try to get some capital for him while they're still both, good, for their positions, like what they can do for their position. So yeah, that makes sense.
And then obviously I am a fan of the Thunder, so I watch their picks a little bit more closely. But simply put, even for a non-Thunder fan, I had friends that were texting me saying that their picks were, I mean, maybe not questionable, but obviously the talk on social media was how they drafted Adai Mera just to stop Victor Wembanyama, which I think is funny. I didn't expect them to take him, but the other argument is like you said, they're literally just taking best player available, which he was at that point, I'd say. And then taking Bennett Sturts, all right, I guess. I think defensive liability, if you want my honest opinion, but does he offer some great shooting? And can you teach defense? Yeah. Not as much as you can teach offense, but yeah. So we'll see with those two picks. I mean, what do you give somebody that already has everything? You know what I mean? I guess obviously they couldn't stop Wembanyama, so maybe the Thunder don't have everything. But
I mean, that's to say that, I mean, the Knicks, per se is, I think they were talking about, like, was it really that they stopped Victor, or was it that Brunson was just better? Like it's not necessarily that Mitchell Robinson, like, stopped Wemby from scoring 30 every night. Like, Wemby still had averaged 25 plus every game in the series. So it's not like they held him down, so it's like what you were saying for holding down Wemby. It's like, maybe it's just SGA playing better, maybe it's something like that. Whereas, like, it's not necessarily, I think we've had this conversation before. It's, do you let the star player get their buckets and make everybody else beat you? Or, in Brunson's case, you're the star player and they don't, and they let you get the buckets and you still beat them. So I know what exactly a team's perspective is like that. Like in OKC, that just did a 7-game series versus a Wemby, and they were probably the hottest part of their streak. I don't know. I mean, I would say even for Wemby and what they drafted, you could kind of look at San Antonio and say, well, maybe they're trying to help fill a void too.
They definitely are. They definitely got some quality talent coming through the door with Jaden Quinton. Quaintance.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Quintance.
Yeah.
Is that it? Quintance?
Like acquaintance, just no A.
Yeah. Right. So
I didn't watch too much SEC basketball. I think I was in that pot with the Big 12 just because UCF. But Kentucky has been better as of late since losing Coach Cal. I mean, they were kind of on the downturn with him anyway. But I think that filling that void at the forward spot to kind of go with Wemby, give somebody a good role while he's off the floor, because Luke Cornett was just not moving.
He just wasn't a factor. It's just, I mean, it's no offense to, it's no offense to him. It's just, in that game, in that system, in that role, he had no benefit of being on the court. Now he had some good blocks. He did have some good plays, but it just was not enough while Wemby was off the floor. And
Yeah, no.
I really believe that those minutes were the end for the Spurs. Like
Yeah,
those minutes of him off the court were what their demise was because they get that chunk down to about 10, and then they'd have to bring Victor back in. And again, Brunson just was able to get those get those numbers going. So
yeah. There's only
but
so
yeah,
long someone can play for. So
yeah, that too. And then I think the last thing on the draft side per se is Dusty Mays drafting a player of his own 24 hours after getting hired. I think that's just like
hey, you know how it
I.
goes
But
when
I'm saying
you
that is a great tone setter from a head coach to a GM to, hey, look, you guys hired me to make this team better. Let's make this team better.
the
I've got a
Dallas
guy. I've got a
Wolverines,
guy to make it.
the Dallas Wolverines.
I'm just saying. I mean, at
No,
this
good move.
point,
I mean, you know how it works when new people come into somewhere. They usually bring people with them.
right, right, of
Look at
course,
Harbaugh with the Giants, bringing in players and staff. It's just how it works. You know what I mean? That's just how it works. It's
no doubt, no doubt.
so
And again, that is legitimately like that's just our industry as a whole. Like coaching, free agents. You bring your people with you that were loyal to you or that helped you or got you to that point.
yep.
That's why you do it.
Now
So,
I want to switch to the Giannis trade
okay,
if we can.
that we can.
Obviously, now that leaves no more players from that Bucks 2021 championship on the roster because
Right,
Bobby Portis left as well. The Heat give up their whole future, basically. Let's just put
basically,
it that way. Kel'el Ware,
basically.
Jaime Jaquez Jr., Tyler Hero, 3 first-round picks.
Three,
Three.
three.
3 first-round picks, and then a pick swap and a second-round pick. One of those first-round picks was this year's, obviously.
Yep.
Which who did they take? The Bucks. They took Nate and
I meant, I
Amen.
meant, I meant from
Anemone. It sounds like I'm saying an anemone,
I
like
meant,
Nemo. But
yeah,
so they take Nate, the big guy from Tennessee.
yep.
So
He's like 6'9". They're gonna want to use him like they did Giannis,
right,
basically.
and the Bucks have their future ahead of them, but the Heat, I think they should have got rid of Bam.
No,
Candidly
no.
speaking,
I
but
mean, you're talking about the best player on the team. Like you're keeping Bam to build with Bam, and then kind
sure.
of like it would have been like trading Dwayne Wade then to get LeBron. Like, what's the point in that? Like, it doesn't make sense. So
Well, the
it's
point
you
is, you
keep
have
Bam
other.
and you get rid of anybody that you don't need right now, and because to win right now. So they probably believed the young guys, I guess, weren't able to win right now. I mean, that's a Pat Riley call right there. I was a huge fan of Kel-El, especially to have seen Kel-El, Bam, Giannis, and then your 1 and 2 guard you could put wherever because you're just huge. I mean, you are. I mean, you go Kel-El, Bam, Giannis. That is a crazy front court. Like you could literally
Yeah,
put
well, that's not
almost
going to happen
any.
anymore. So
Well, yeah, of course. But again, with that trade, Pat Riley's mindset is win this year. So now it's who are we going how are we going to get are we going to get a trade for Clay, Jaylen Brown, LeBron in free agency, who else? I know
Jalen
they were talking about
Brown,
Henry Simmons,
Jalen
but
Brown.
I'm just saying he doesn't want to be in Celtics. Why not stick it to the Celtics and tell him trade me for the rest of I don't even know.
Oh,
3-team trade for
I
something.
think the Heat are bone dry right now.
Well,
I,
yeah, of course. I
the
mean,
Heat are
they're bone dry for what's it called? Like to give away, but if you could bring in a third team to make things interesting, and you just,
Oh goodness.
I'm just saying. I mean, at this point, I truly don't know where somebody's opinion, because it takes a special type of player to come to Miami. Like Kyrie could not come to Miami. You know what I'm saying?
Why
The
not?
key. What do you mean? He would never survive the Heat culture. The type of coaching that Spo expects, Riley expects. I just don't see that type of work ethic from Kyrie.
I hear you.
So, I mean, again, a cultural aspect of, do you ever have any fear of LeBron coming back or Giannis coming in, not working hard? Even Bobby Portis. Like,
Right.
Bobby Portis has that grit, like that feature of Miami Heat culture. So it's like, when I look at it or when I see it, I'm like, that would be a type of player I'd be okay with. So again,
It's like Dion Waiters 2.0.
yeah, I mean that's a good representation of that. So, could he score? Could he be great for the team? Sure. Will the culture end up hurting us at the end? I think so. I mean, at least from what I know of Kyrie and how he's, I'm not saying he's not a hard practicer or anything like that, but I'm just saying
No,
from
I get it. I get
the
it.
cultural aspect, it's going to be one of those things where I look at it and I'm like, does he fit the culture? Does Pat Riley believe he could play all 82 games or at least majority of them without, I don't want to say making excuses or anything, but with regards to helping us win that championship, because we're in a win now scenario, but definitely a win now scenario now. So,
Yeah.
but did
No
it? I mean,
doubt.
everyone's saying the Heat won the trade, so I guess winning is a byproduct of bringing home a ship. So
Yeah. I don't
if we
know. I
won,
think the jury's out for me when it comes to that trade. I don't think that it was a smart trade, if you want me to be honest, which I think is the point of sitting on this podcast and talking about it, obviously.
right? Of
But
course.
if you're hearing that people said the Heat won the trade, I mean, so be it. I'm gonna say that we need to let the season do the talking at that point because the Heat have a roster to fill out. They have half their roster missing. Who
Yep.
you fill, whether it is Jaylen Brown or Gabe Vincent comes back, or you get, it's looking like it's going to be all vet minimums as far as I'm concerned, which is nice in Florida where you don't have state income tax. So
Right. Right.
that might help entice some
I
players
mean, you could
to
bring in
more
a
money.
Russell
But
Westbrook. You could
ah,
grab. Why? He's a Heat culture type guy.
sure,
I
yeah,
could
it
I
just
could bring him in as a six man.
yeah,
Right.
you need a main point guard right now too.
I mean, I'm okay with Day at the one right now. Like,
Oh,
I think my biggest thing with Day is just his offensive bag has to get better at shooting. Other than that, he's a lockdown guard. You're not going to worry about him giving effort. Again, a cultural type player. So I think my biggest fear is that two position. Like, if Powell's really gone, I think that's more of my fear at the end of it than
yeah,
anything. I
yeah,
think that's probably my biggest I would say void in our roster is that two
yeah,
factor of where does that, again, a Clay Thompson, an Enrique Simmons. Like, I could see Enrique coming down. He's a Florida guy. Like, I don't know. I mean, it'd be interesting. I'd like to see what we end up doing. Again, I'm not 100% sure what Pat's got in the bag still. So, I
yeah.
mean,
That's
it's
that's
hard not to want to play for Coach Spo because he did coach most of those USA free agent guys.
right.
So, again, if Bam is as loved as we all believe with regards to LeBron and all the guys he played with on this Team USA, shouldn't it be an easy pitch to get some of those guys back now that Giannis is already, signed, sealed, and delivered?
Oh boy. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out from a pitch perspective, like, what is not to like about coming to play in Miami as of now? From a vet perspective. I'm
The
not saying
money,
the
the
young
money's
guys.
just not there.
Yeah, but don't you want to win?
if they can.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the pitch. Is if you come, we win. That's that. I mean, you have to bite. I mean, this is a bite your pride. Take your pay cuts for the year. Win a ship, and then go do what you got to do. That's basically. I don't know. I mean, again, for me, my perspective, I'm a I'm a win now type guy. If I need to win right now, I will do whatever it takes to get there. And I also kind of believe that intertwines with the Heat culture type player.
Sure.
Like those types of win now, willing to sacrifice whatever it is to win. Those types of players, one, are rare to find, and generally speaking, and that's just not any knock on anybody in the NBA, but it is a different cultural aspect of player that the Heat look for, and that's been a thing since Dwayne Wade's young years. So again, one of those things where when we look at it, where do you find those types of players in this market? I don't know, because I don't remember Andrew Simmons being some type of dog coming out of Portland when he went to Chicago. I just, again, could he be a scorer for us? Sure. Do I see him being the culturally balanced player of the Miami Heat, dig down on defense, keep shooting your shot, Mike Miller type player? Not quite sure, honestly. Exactly. So, anyways, we can move on from the Heat. I think Giannis was again, Pat Riley is a whale hunter. We've all known that for his entire career with the Heat, throughout his entire Heat culture aspects of from Showtime to here. It's all been the same. So this trade was not surprising. I know a lot of people were surprised because it was Giannis, but I also, from being a lifelong Heat fan, it's not surprising because it was Pat Riley's doing. So, but I guess last thing we could talk about is another basketball topic. And Reaves, 4 years, 185.
Yeah, that's an average of 46.25 million per year for a player that I just don't think is worth that much. Like
4 for 185.
It's just kind of silly because I guess that he was going to be able to walk and get that somewhere else, which is cool. But the Lakers have much bigger fish to fry. It's obviously the richest contract by an undrafted player in NBA history. Which
undrafted, unranked out of high school,
let's break records all we want. Obviously, the salary caps keep going up and up. Money is booming when it comes to NBA basketball, so it's all relative, right? But still, if you look at the landscape of the NBA and the recent champions of recent years, they were cultivated over years. When you look at the Celtics, when you look at the Thunder, when you look at the Spurs, and then you look at teams like the Knicks, where Jalen Brunson's over here taking a pay cut to get the Karl Anthony Towns, so you can get whoever else you need, whether it be Josh Hart, who was acquired in I think it was a trade.
I think so too.
Mikal Bridges.
Check on that.
Those guys didn't play for the Knicks originally. If you're gonna there's got to be.
They became the Villanova Knicks.
And that's why I'm saying you can't just take shortcuts. That's why the Heat trade doesn't make any sense. That's why if the Lakers are obviously in win now mode every year because it's the Los Angeles Lakers, why not, like you said, swallow your pride, take literally, oh my gosh, 20, 30 million off your contract so you can play with Luka Doncic, so you can play with LeBron James, so you can play with a big man that's better than DeAndre Ayton, and be able to maybe get out there and actually win a championship instead of getting swept in the second round.
Well, maybe they just have that much faith in him that he is that good.
Nah. He got torn apart in that Thunder series.
I'm just saying, for 4 years, 185. Somebody's got to see something. Maybe JJ's just looking at himself in a past life or in a future life or a younger self. But for again, unranked, undrafted, 4 years, 185 million. I don't care what the cap is. I don't care what kind of numbers you've got to spend. That is a franchise type player. Like,
this is such a Brock Purdy type moment, bro.
But I'm just again, even to say it like that,
his
it.
contract was.
But see, here's the thing. Again. Here's the thing. You just said Brock Purdy. What What are the 49ers built off of? A system. That system has to be built around the quarterback that you believe can get the job done. If they're going to say that they can build the team around Reaves and get the job done,
but it's not.
There it is.
Luka's team. That's
right.
why,
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't understand. I don't understand why pay him that much. If we're trying to say that it's Luka's team,
right.
But I guess you're trying to say that Reaves is that power to him.
Proverbial quarterback here, and Reaves would be one of the complementary players. Which exactly what I just said. It just signals that the Lakers have no idea what they're doing, and LeBron might genuinely be on the outs because what are you going to do? Pay LeBron what he's asking, which is also ridiculous. But we could spend the next half hour talking about that also.
Easy.
I was hearing LeBron to Miami. I was hearing LeBron to Cleveland. Obviously, you threw in Golden State a couple weeks ago in a previous episode.
Yep.
So we're just going to have to sit tight and see. But I think we're good here for now. Let's see how the offseason unfolds. Free agency starts. By the time the next episode goes up, free agency will be started. So,
ready to rock and roll there. So,
and then summer league's right around the corner after that. So,
and we will be out. We'll be having a summer league episode out at the BSL's studio, like we did a couple years ago. Trying to have a big name guest on with us. It'll be Brooks and I. Brooks, we tried to get on this episode, but we had some technical difficulties. So you guys will meet Brooks out in summer league. He is an executive assistant with LSE here in South Florida. So you guys will get to meet him next time. He will be my he'll be my Robin and my Batman and my Will to my Evan on No Cap that week or that episode. And we will make sure you guys have all of that information and special guests announced once we get it all booked up. So other than that, though, I think we kind of covered everything we were talking. I mean, I think we, like you just said, we could talk about the options and things for the next free agent, frenzy that we're going to have these next few weeks. In Vegas, we all know things happen. We see we've gone to summer league how many times already, and after summer league is over, all of a sudden it's like, oh, we saw them talking at the stadium. Oh, I wonder what they could have been talking about. Exactly. And then a week later, the deal is done. It's that type of play. So again, we could go on and on about those and really talk about shoulda, woulda, couldas, and all the future aspirations of what we're gonna do with regards to free agency. But we'll wrap it up for this episode, and we'll get on the next one for next week and take it as these draft comes to a close tonight, and then obviously, of course, once free agency starts, we'll see what ends up happening anyways.
Yep, absolutely.
Perfect. All right, so for another episode of No Client Agent Privilege, aka No Cap Podcast, your boy Will, your boy Evan, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.